First of all, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Well
in case you guys don't know, I'm Mike from Marshall Music. This is the titular Paul Reed Smith of Paul Reed Smith Guitars.
That's sweet.
He likes it. His name's on the guitar. It's cool having your name on the guitar, isn't it, Paul?
You don't know why I put it on there.
Tell me.
It was always a bird on the headstock, not my name.
Oh, yeah?
And I did it so that if I ever got sued and they tried to take the company away from me, it would be harder.
Wow, okay. That's a good reason.
Yeah, and well, that's not happened. That's why it happened. And to me, I thought it was a horrible name for guitars. And I had a guy in the South named Jim Greenhill. He goes, "That's a great name for a guitar." I said, "You're out of your mind." He goes, "No, Paul Reed Smith rolls right off your tongue." And
off your tongue.
Rolls right off your tongue. And I was like, okay, we're going to do okay. And then Jimmy Wallace gets in front of me. He was the big vintage dealer. And he goes, "My Paul Reed this, and my Paul Reed that, and my Paul Reed this, and my..." He's talking about my name to my face, acting like it's some inanimate object. And I had to get over it. You know something, it's okay now. With the McCarty video coming out, have you seen it?
I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, it's causing a little bit of a stir. It's cool. So we did a documentary film on Ted McCarty.
I saw the preview of it. I haven't seen the full-length thing. It looks real interesting. I mean, Ted McCarty himself was saying he didn't feel like a guitar celebrity, but you kind of helped him get there again.
He made his living for 60 years doing it, and he wanted to be remembered. I thought that was really cool.
It's incredible, his legacy, and I think as a guitar community, thank you for highlighting that, because I think a lot of people wouldn't have seen that if you hadn't done that.
No, he would have been forgotten, man.
And that wouldn't have been cool, because I think in the annals of guitar history, you've got guys like Leo Fender that get celebrated, but Ted he used to get forgotten, and I think it's really important what you've done.
Yeah. Well, for me, Leo was the Fender side, and he was the Gibson side, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. So you said you got a picture in your office of South Africa?
Mm-hmm. I have a picture of Will Smith and the old distributor with Nelson Mandela holding a PRS guitar.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Nelson Mandela, what year was that?
I don't know, but it's in my office very close to me.
Jeez.
I keep it there. There's a picture of Bill Gates holding the PRS too, which is the only time I know Bill Gates holding somebody else's product in a picture, which I thought was great. But the distributor had met with Will Smith and Nelson Mandela, gave him a guitar. And there was a picture of it. I have it in my office. If you want a copy of it, Eric can get you a copy
Please, Eric.
of it.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. So for everybody, Eric is the one that set this interview up.
Thanks, Eric.
He's like Ted McCarty. He's not looking for name recognition. He's just trying to get things done.
We'll mention his name at least twice more, just to make sure that
Eric,
he gets a little bit of that.
Don't bring it up.
Okay, don't bring it up again. Somebody I do want to bring up is Dave Grissom. The DGT for me is one of my favorite PRSs. It's the guitar that I've had sold because I was stupid, and then bought back, and sold because I was stupid, and bought back again. I'm on
same guitar.
Same guitar twice, and then a different one twice. It's crazy. It just keeps coming back, man, and it's such a good guitar.
No, you keep changing your mind and having to work your butt off to get it back.
Yeah, exactly. It's stupid, but it's stupid good. I mean,
well, do you have one now you like?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
It's so great.
So I have a South African friend named Kevin Shirley. You ever hear this guy named
producer, record producer?
I really like him. He's a beautiful, decent human being. And recently, another friend of mine, Kelly Slater, came to your country and surfing competed in your country.
At the Red Bull surfing
probably
thing. I'm trying to remember where it is. I think it's in Plettenberg Bay or something.
Yeah.
I'm not a surfer. Sorry, guys. I could have gotten that totally wrong.
Well,
but I've heard of Kelly Slater.
He did pretty good, right?
I've heard of Kelly Slater.
Yeah. One of the most intelligent people I've ever met.
Does he play guitar?
Yes, he plays guitar.
Hopefully he plays the PRS.
He has one. We made him. He's not an endorser, but he's a friend. I like him. He's married. He's got a child now. He's really something. He described to me, I asked him a whole bunch of stories about how he was able to win and how he thinks about the physics of surfing, because he's calculating, calculus in 4 or 5 dimensions in microseconds.
And it's ever-moving conditions as well.
Right,
it's not static.
Yeah, it's not. That would be not the good word for it. I really, really like him. He ended up going to one of the wildlife preserves and sending me movies of what was going on.
Well, you should come over and see them yourself, Paul. We'll look after you.
My wife's brother, his family was there for a long time. He worked for IOM, which is the International Office of Migration, and he was in charge of teaching the countries in Africa how to deal with their migration issues. So there was that connection as well. I've not been. I would love to visit your country.
Well, thank you.
This whole thing in America about, is that a Tassie accent? Is that an Australian accent? Is that a South African accent? Is that a New Zealand accent? Is that an English accent? Is that a Scottish accent? Is that an Irish accent? You sound very South African to me.
Do I sound very South African to you?
Good.
Okay, well, that's good.
Is that where you were raised?
Yeah. I find Americans find it quite difficult to zero in on our accent because we got a bit of English, we got a bit of Australian, we got a bit of New Zealand. So it's tough for you guys. But I mean, you
sound like caveman.
Really? Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah, that's good, right?
Well, I guess so. I mean, it just shows you've met probably hundreds of thousands of people in your life, I imagine.
I don't know about hundreds of thousands, but
a lot. I mean, you're going to do lots more interviews after this. You're going to be you've been a busy guy all week, so the fact that you can zero in on a little detail like that is amazing. And speaking of details, man, your attention to detail on your guitars is second to none. I've done the factory tour with Jim actually in 2024, just after NAMM. It was absolutely eye-opening. I've been to all of the other major guitar manufacturers in the US, but what stood out to me about PRS is the amount of quality checks, the attention to detail, and the personal accountability for everyone signing off on what they're doing.
The idea.
And it's a cut above anything else. It really is, Paul.
That's sweet. There's nothing perfect, but with a guitar, as you eliminate problems, the guitar gets better. When you put on an old T-shirt that you love, you put it on, you don't even notice it's on. The next 3 seconds later, it's and that's the way a guitar should be. You strap it on and be able to play music and,
feel like home.
And think, and it comes out your amp. You're not with the guitar as a tool to go from the force that you're playing it with to sound. It's a physics converter, really, a tool to do a job. Just happens to be art in our world too.
Well, in your case, your guitars are probably more art-like than pretty much any other major manufacturer. Because I mean, look at this. For most people, they'd think of this as flashy in relation to something like, say, a Gibson, but PRS takes it several steps further in the looks.
Comment.
I'm allowed to say that. Maybe you're not, but
okay, yeah,
I think,
you're allowed to say it.
Yeah, we sell Gibsons too, so I can kind of say it. But I think PRS, the way that you guys go about making your guitars look a combination of modern and at the same time, having that vintage sensibility and the sort of played-in feel.
There's a reason why vintage guitars are famous. There's a reason why they're such a big deal. So, those guitars were made by my teachers. Ted McCarty was a teacher. Leo Fender actually used to come by the booth and pay his respects to the new whippersnappers that were going to carry the baton. He and his guys used to come by and look at the guitars.
Wow.
Used to walk by the booth. I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
I thought it was very generous. I didn't have the relationship with Leo Fender in any way that I did with Ted McCarty, but I will tell you this story. Forrest White was Leo Fender's production manager.
Yeah.
And it's not known that he made the PT airplanes during the war. He was the production manager for the airplanes.
Wow.
And when he was dying, I called him, and he said, "How'd I do?" And I said, "Oh, Forrest, you did great. You did great." He wanted to hear that. But if he hadn't have done great, I would have not said what I said. But he had done great. It was very powerful. It was industry changing for that. What happened at Gibson, what happened at Fender. I mean, I'll give you one example of industry changing. You used to have to play upright bass for sessions in New York City. and getting it down the elevator into a big cab, getting it up. But it was the most hard thing to mic in the recording session.
Bass is not very directional.
The P bass came out, and you just put it in the back of the car and plugged it into the console, and you could play bass. And you're done. It changed the bass industry. Changed it forever.
Changed rock and roll and
changed everything.
So you making some more basses anytime soon?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I can't make you my marketing department. That if I tell you, then you said it before it comes out. There's nothing hot on the books right this second, but I love making basses.
I like your unique takes on the bass as well, because you can again see those influences, but with the PRS nod towards modernity and trying to push the envelope. That's the thing with you guys again. You know, some of the other brands, they really rest on their laurels. PRS, Paul, you never rest on your laurels. We're always seeing you moving things forward,
sweet.
Doing things that other guys probably wouldn't try. You know.
There's one thing I'm working on that nobody else would try. I would give you that.
Well, I feel like some of the things that you do are actually very brave, because our guitar players are intrinsically conservative, mostly. You know, I'm not talking about the metal guys and the progressive guys.
Getting a new pickup design accepted,
it's really difficult.
It's not easy. I mean, those pickups that are on that guitar right there don't make any noise, and they sound like single coils.
Yeah.
And they don't make any noise. And that's been attempted 20 other ways. Stacks, piles of other things. I don't know. Look, mostly I don't see it as courageous. Except the Silver Sky was risky. And John said, don't worry about it. I said, what are you talking about? He says, well, when we were going to play Madison Square Garden, everybody was really upset on the internet that I was going to be playing in the Grateful Dead. He said, I wasn't worried. I said, why not? He says, I was at rehearsals. I knew how it sounded. In other words, we knew what the guitar felt like and played like before we released it. Nobody else did it. The first thing that happened is all the influencers started comparing them to old guitars. And one of the influencers yelped when it was his guitar, and he liked the new one better. I thought that was funny. But I was told I farted in a spacesuit.
I got that image now, you know, the spacesuit like blowing up a bit.
It stinks for a long time, right? And to me, it was risky, but we got through it. Look, there was so much attention on the release of that, it broke our website.
Wow.
I mean, John was doing it on his phone. It shut our website down. He was getting 1,000 likes a minute. That's 60,000 likes an hour.
That's crazy.
It broke our website.
But it's been...
But that wasn't views, that was likes.
Yeah, that's likes. I mean, the views are usually 4 or 5 times the ratio to the likes. But Paul, that was incredibly successful for you guys. We've sold a lot of Silver Skies in South Africa.
I think it's 10 to 1, but go on.
10 to 1, wow. Well, you know your stuff, Paul. Now, just something I wanted to ask you, just as a little favor, before we wrap up, because we're getting the wrap-up sign. I'm going to say his name again, it was Eric. Our founder and owner, Dane Marshall, he couldn't be here for this interview, but it's his 44th NAMM. Could you just say something kind about Dane, who you've never met?
You said Dane or Dan?
Dane.
I thought you said Dane. Well, first of all, Dane, you have an iconic name in our industry.
Yeah, it's a good name.
The problem is, the guy was a drummer. Did you know that?
Dane's a drummer too.
Dane's a drummer too. All right, so congratulations on 44 years of coming to NAMM or the store?
Of coming to NAMM.
Coming to NAMM. Well,
NAMM,
is he here now?
He is. I think he's actually sitting up for a meeting with one of your sales guys right now.
So why don't we walk out and say hello to him?
We'll say hello. But
so anyway, everybody's watching this. You should honor somebody who is trying to give you their all for a 44-year period with integrity and getting you the right gear and making sure that you can survive the price of it and all that. It's important.
Thank you, Paul, and congratulations on 40 years of your business, doing amazing things, making amazing guitars. I'm a huge fan. There's many, many fans worldwide, many, many fans in South Africa. We really appreciate you, Paul.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Bye, everybody.